Hello guys, Rob here. In this video we're going to look at some tokens in the EOS ecosystem that have made gains over the last couple weeks. I plan on this being a new series where every single month we take a look on Newdex and see some of the top gainers over the last month. So I'm not a financial advisor, this is not financial advice, I'm just going over some of the top token gainers in the EOS ecosystem over the last couple weeks. And just full disclosure, I do own some of these, whether it be from airdrops or actually picking some up. So let's get into it. The first one here on the list is the DAP token. A lot of you are probably familiar with the DAP token. The DAP token is the access token to the DAP network's services such as VRAM, and some of the DAP service providers, DSPs, do offer staking packages where you can stake your DAP token to them and earn more DAP daily. So DAP is one over the last couple weeks that has made a nice gain here. If we just quickly draw this out, peaked out at over 300% gains and is currently looking like it's consolidating here, moving sideways at about a 200% gain from where it was back on the 24th, 25th of last month. Next up on the list, SOV. SOV is one I've covered on the channel. SOV is the first variable rate self-deflationary cryptocurrency on EOS. It is also the first immutable currency token on EOS. SOV is a coin that started with a supply of 1 billion and is slowly being burned with every transaction and air burn down to a 21 million token supply. Currently sitting at 962 million tokens out there. SOV is one that's seen a steady rise since being listed on Newdex back here on the 18th of last month. SOV is up over 900%. Well, that's where we peaked out. Currently up almost 800% from opening up on Newdex. Every Genesis EOS account is able to claim 5,000 SOV. Well, a little less than 5,000 SOV because some of those SOV are burned when they are transferred to you, because SOV is burned on every transaction. So if you haven't claimed your SOV yet and you have an EOS Genesis account, definitely go check out the video on the channel on how to claim your SOV. And with the current supply of 962 million, SOV is sitting at a 9.9, just under $10 million market cap. Next one up here is the NUT token, and the NUT token is one of a couple tokens with over a value of 1 EOS. So with a lot of the tokens on EOS we see, their value is under 1 EOS. You're looking at fractions of an EOS. NUT is currently sitting at 9.2 EOS for every 1 NUT token out there. NUT is the native utility token for the Equilibrium framework. It's also the governance token for Equilibrium. So I added this one in. It hasn't really seen that great of a gain over the last couple weeks, last month or so, but it is one of the tokens on EOS with a value over an EOS, sitting at 9.2 EOS for 1 NUT token. And the theme with these tokens over a value of 1 EOS is their low supply. The supply of NUT is only 10 million, whereas we see a lot of tokens on EOS with a supply of around EOS, that 1 billion number, or even larger. So there's not much supply here on the sell side. As you can see in the order book, there's one order in the $9 range, then it goes to the $12, $13, $15, $35, $40, $70, $240, $1,900 range. The small amount of liquidity here, if one big buy order came in and bought the market, that could push this thing up really fast. But again, with low liquidity, if it gets pushed up real fast, it could dump real fast as well. Next up on the list is the CHEX token. This is the CHEX token, and it's been on quite a tear here over the last couple of weeks. The CHEX token is, like I said, the CHEX token, and this will allow you to lease any token on the CHEX platform for passive income streams. And they are currently in their token auction as well. So this one's seen quite a little tear here. We'll just go from when we first started seeing some big upside spikes. Topped out at 285-ish% gain, currently sitting at a 215% gain from this is 1 week here. 6 days, 8 hours worth of price action, 200% gain. Quite a little tear for the CHEX token. And we got two more here that I want to cover for this month. Sense. Sense is the Sense Chat, which is a social network, private messaging on EOS. It's seen a steady rise here over the last couple of weeks. If we go back to the beginning of the chart, we're looking at a spike to 615% gain in exactly 2 weeks, and currently sitting at 450+% gain in 2 weeks plus 16 hours there. So this is another token that's seeing a steady rise over the last couple of weeks here. And last but not least, these were in no particular order other than the order they were listed here on the Newdex watch list. This one saw a big pump. This is ZAG, and ZAG is one of the tokens to the Zigzag decentralized financial service platform that simplifies transborder payments. And this one is also over 1 EOS. You can see the low supply here of just 1 million. ZAG has a fixed supply of 1 million tokens and a floating exchange rate. The system's stability is guaranteed by the ZAG voting token. ZAG token holders are rewarded for ensuring the system's stability. So the ZAG token earns you rewards from the Zigzag platform. ZAG shot out of the gate here after being listed on Newdex, starting off down at under 2 EOS per 1 ZAG, topping out at 12 EOS per 1 ZAG. It is currently pulling back here on lower volumes than what we saw on the way up. But it's cool to see another token here with a value over 1 EOS listed. Now, there you go, guys. There's just a quick overview of some of the big movers we've seen over the last couple weeks in the EOS ecosystem. I want to do these just to track what tokens are moving every month in EOS. EOS is so much more than just the EOS token. There are great projects being developed on EOS, and some we see, 2 out of the 6 tokens covered in this video have values over 1 EOS, with ZAG at 5.5 and the NUT token all the way up at 9.2 EOS. Now, the coverage of all of these tokens was not recommendations or anything to get into the token. You need to do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I did just want to cover some of the top movers out there over the last couple weeks. And let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like the idea of short reports every month on some of the top movers in the EOS ecosystem? Let me know down in the comments below. Speaking of projects, the Telos blockchain has a bunch of projects in the works. Applications to be launched on Telos. If you're not on Telos yet, you can get your free account by checking out the link in the description. And if you do have TLOS tokens, you can stake them to REX right now for sizable returns, thanks to the Telos Economic Development Plan, adding an additional 1 million TLOS per month to the REX staking pool, which gets distributed to REX stakers. Again, link in the description to learn more about Telos and get your free account. This message on Telos is brought to you with the support of the Telos community via the worker proposal system. That's going to do it for me for this one, guys. I will see you in the next one.